Good afternoon.
How are you?
Hey, how's everyone going?
This here is Jimmy Two Time. I'm WQED. This is another episode of Yinzology.
The study of everything Pittsburgh.
Today we're gonna bring you back into the kitchen. Yes, we're cooking again. We're actually
back
baking
in.
today.
It is the anniversary, I believe, of the Eaton Park
40th
anniversary of the Eaton Park commercial Christmas tree. Miss Karen Tony, she went ahead. I asked her to go ahead and take all kind of repurposed wood and to go ahead and whittle something out. And look what she did. She went ahead. This is proudly displayed in our house right next to the terrible towel every Christmas, showing the tree bending over to pick that star up. As the tree goes back up, the tree gets lit by the star on the top. Such a beaut, this right here. Such a beautiful commercial that's 40 years old.
Oh, cheers.
There, cheers.
These guys from Pittsburgh, cookies are a thing. They are a thing at weddings, they are a thing at Christmas. Growing up, these wedding cookies became our Christmas cookies. Christmas cookies are wedding table cookies.
So I made these Austrian nutmeg logs.
Austrian
Nutmeg logs.
Head to the chopper.
Here. There. We got them right there. I don't know if you can see them.
Okay, I'm making pizzelles today. Jim, what are you making?
I'm making my mom's famous Austrian nutmeg logs.
Oh, that sounds so good and so easy. You did it in like 5 minutes. But I remember going down to Shop and Save, a little kid, going to the bakery and getting a free cookie. But what are some other famous bakeries?
Oh, you got Prantle's, obviously, with the burnt almond tort, one of my favorite.
Boom.
You got Oakmont Bakery, which is an iconic bakery.
You gotta go to Oakmont.
And then you go to Eaton Park. Where do you get Eaton Park?
It's a low vibe, like it's chilled. You got berries and you got berry pies and cookies. It's great. But listen, your granny, nanas, gam-gams, mimis, mimas, babushkas, babas, gigis, yayas, grams, they're doing what you're doing right here. What are you doing?
Well, you know what? You throw some flour, you throw some sugar, you throw some water into a pot, you mix it around, throw some eggs in. You want to make it into a log, and kind of 2-inch logs.
You remember the farkleberry cookie?
Oh, definitely.
Orange
Farkleberry snickerdoodle.
You know, Jack Bogut created that in 1970 for Start Your Heart, farkleberry tart, and it teared the world apart.
You know what the best
Children's Hospital fundraiser.
It was a Children's Hospital fundraiser.
Number one is eating them, of course. But whenever you bake cookies, two things happen. There's community happens, and good family experiences and family traditions happen within the kitchen. You never cook alone, right?
Never want to bake by yourself.
Double AP and myself, we're baking here today to show
ones.
you. Bring the little ones. These recipes come from grandmas and great-grandmas.
Lady
full of cookies.
Kalakskis.
You got the pitzelles that we're making here.
Nut rolls.
You got the Austrian nutmeg logs that I made.
Nut horns.
Oh, the Buckeyes.
Oh, Aunt Barb would do poppy seed, apricot, nut roll. Oh, the nut rolls.
And my two favorite.
Mine is the mini cheesecakes.
Oh, my two favorite. We got the thumbprints, and I liked the strawberry jam and the thumbprints.
Macaroons,
Awesome.
Buckeyes.
And the biscotti, because you can eat biscotti.
Biscottis are baked twice.
Yeah, it takes a long time, but you know what? You brew a cup of coffee whenever they're baking the second time, you dip that biscotti in the coffee. And it makes it that much better.
And there's different types of cookies. You got dropped cookies, molded cookies, rolled out cookies, non-baked cookies, and these would all end up at the wedding. And you have, at the end of the wedding, you had a big to-go container. You'd fill up your container and you take them all home and enjoy them all for like a month. You'd be eating these cookies.
Santa came last night.
Oh, that's right.
And he walked in, woke up in the morning, magically, mysteriously, the cookies were here.
Was that the doorbell? Was that Santa?
I don't know, is that Santa?
Am I hearing things?
Let me see.
Did you
Did
hear the doorbell?
I heard a doorbell. Let me see if that's Santa. Hey.
Rule number 3.
Always eat.
Eat your cookies, but also have a meal while you're.
We got the pie. We got some
Get your little
marinara.
ones. Get your little ones together. Don't bake alone. Have a beverage. Have a pie. Have a pizza pie.
There we go.
I remember being a little tight in the kitchen in my grandma's house, watching her bake these, and in amazement. And you always try to reproduce and replicate everything that grandma and granddad did with baking. It is a little bit difficult, double AP. I'm gonna tell you, it's a little bit difficult. However, you do your best. They taste good. They don't taste like the originals, but they taste good, and that's all you can ask for.
They think these wedding cookies, maybe they originated out of the Great Depression, where you had the stress of money, you didn't have a lot of money, and wedding cakes were expensive, so an alternative was, this is, you know, I don't know if this is accurate, but you would bring cookies, and you'd bring a lot of cookies. It wasn't as expensive to make a chocolate chip or an oatmeal, and you bring that to the wedding. And I think that's how the wedding cookie table started. It would offset the expense of a wedding cake.
But I can tell you, with Pitzels, there are some people, and it's more 50-50 from interviewing people for this episode, just to see, more 50-50. Some people like the thick ones. They're softer. Some people like the thin ones that are crunchy and crispy ones that...
Yeah, the frizzle, a little bit of frizzle.
The frizzle. They call them frizzels rather than pizzels.
Frizzels, frizzellies.
Piscine. There you go. You can see them aniseeds in there.
You got the waffle on that side, and then the intricate snowflake on that side. So,
and double AP. You know what I used to do growing up?
It's hot.
You know what I used to do growing up? We played tic-tac-toe on one side of them. Because that is a perfect tic-tac-toe right there. You get some chocolate sauce. I had the chocolate sauce. My brother had the raspberry sauce. And we would play tic-tac-toe to see who won. No one ever won, but we didn't know because we ate the cookies before the game was over.
I'm sorry, I got distracted.
See? Right there. That's a tic-tac-toe. Look at that.
We'll put the ingredients down there and some of the instructions. But you got your own. Share some of your recipes with us. We'd love to hear your favorite Christmas cookie or your favorite wedding table cookie. I've seen thousands of cookies. How many? What wedding? I think
At our wedding,
the cousins from the Rocks. I've seen cookies like thousands.
the cousins from the Rocks came to our wedding. We got married up in Pittsburgh, my wife and I.
You got cousins in the Rocks?
We got my ancestors are from the Rocks. Yeah,
yeah, I remember.
Went ahead and we probably had 4 dozen cookies and maybe 80 different types of 100 different types of cookies all over the place. And people were trying one, they were trying another one.
Yeah, and the nanas and the aunts and the whatevers, they pop their cookies in the freezer. And they'd be ready to go, like dozens and dozens and dozens over 6 to 8 months of cookie baking.
But you know,
for the wedding.
Take that one step further. I had an aunt who her cookies always had to be on the far right of the cookie table.
Oh man!
And everyone knew, because whenever you start eating cookies and you're like, that is a really good cookie. Who made that? And someone behind you, out of the blue. It was like a Christmas miracle. They're like, Cousin John made those cookies, and Aunt Dorothy made those cookies.
Why would Aunt Jane want the right side?
She always wanted the right side of the table.
Why?
Always.
Why?
I don't know. She was like, she thought that the line came from right to left, so she wanted to be the first cookie. And then it was almost a competition. All my cookies are gone from the table, and look 5 cookies down, they're still there. So it was always, she was always a very competitive. My cookies got to be the first in line, and my cookies got to be the first to go because they're the best.
Well, don't think you got to be a nana or an aunt to cook. I'm a dude.
I'm a dude.
I'm a dad.
I'm a dad.
We cook, we bake.
Right here. And we're 2 dudes and we're 2 dads and doodads.
Doodads out.
At.
Jim, these look amazing.